Are your UA campaigns actually losing money? You don't know how to calculate your target? I'm going to share with you how I calculate my target with the Cohort View from AppsFlyer and how it helps me to have the right bid for the right user. You can check by network, by site ID and everything, and we are going to see it on the video. So have a look at it. Hello everyone, it's Claire, and today we are going to work with the cohort view from AppsFlyer. I just can't work without it for user acquisition. I think it's crucial, especially when you work with instant apps. So we are going to have a look at Tapjoy, but just to show you really quickly. So you see, you can sort the data, you can select the cohort that you want as well, day 0, day 7, but also day 90, which is really important to establish the revenue curve, and you have a lot of granularities. Here you can see by media source. I love to have the heat map to directly spot what is working, and you can ask to show basically either ROAS, retention, ARPU, and also events. And events I think is super important, especially when you want to check fraud on the date. It's really great because usually I want to check also aggregated data per month to see the evolution. You can see it per day, but also per month. So me, what I do usually is that I check month, and just then I go a bit more granular for day-to-day task. I'm going to go on day actually here, and we are going to have a look at Tapjoy right now. So I'm just going to rechange my granularity and check the site ID of Tapjoy. Tapjoy is an instant traffic, so basically users are paid to do things in your app. So it's a really profitable channel if you choose the right bid, and that's why the cohort view is really important. As you are going to have different offers from Tapjoy, from different sources of traffic. There is all the overall traffic that Tapjoy is having, so you need to make sure you have the right bid per site ID. So usually me, what I do is that I check the average revenue per user, and based on this, on day 1, day 7, I'm going to adjust my CPI bids. So here I just installed the data. So all what is yellow is what I download, which was revenue basically when I did my little export, and I have installed user CPI cost, and I just added ROI, so revenue per cost, and RPU, and I'm going to calculate my CPI ideal bid to achieve my user acquisition target. At the end of the day, it's as simple as this, having the good tool to basically hit your goal, and the good granularity as well. I know a lot of people are going to say the algorithm is doing the work, but I think we saw it with Meta and a lot of other algorithms. It's actually not, especially early on your campaign, doing your work, so you can force it. So here, for instance, I assume a ROI goal of day 1 12%. So I decided to take my ARPU day 1 in order to calculate my CPI bid. So I just took my RPU day 1 divided by 0.12 in order to get my ideal bid that I can have on the channel. So of course, like sometimes it's going to be super low that you are not going to spend anyway, and it questions also the fact if this source of traffic is something that is useful for you or not. So I really encourage you to check by day how is evolving the source of traffic. Did you have a big whale? Do you have always a really low source of traffic with really low retention? And then you just calculate what you think will make sense or not with this, depending on your goal. Depending on how the revenue is evolving from day 1 to day 7, for instance, it's a good indicator to see if your bid should be higher or lower, basically, and it helps you with the heat map to see basically if it's changing drastically or not. Depending sometimes on the placement on the intent as well, it's changing, so you need to be really careful about it. because the placements are really dynamic and you can have a site ID, but at the end of the day, if the placement change, the quality of traffic can change. So here we are checking the event tutorial started. It's something that is really important in Insent app, because if some events happen that should happen really later on, it means that maybe you have some fraud, and we know that Insent are full of fraud, so you need to make sure that you do a check for those kind of things. You can also compare per app, so you can see if you have several events that are similar and similar funnel, for instance, if you have the same FCUE or things like this, which app gets the best conversion rate, completion rate, and you can even do your CPE bidding based on the conversion rate that you see. What I like also a lot is all what is related to meta, because you have the ad granularity, where you can see not only the ad spending the most, but the one having the best ROI. I feel it's really old school to say the ad spending the most is actually the one working the best. It's actually not what I saw on TikTok, and I really encourage you to optimize based on the ARPU that you have on your ad, to use custom product page per creative as well, and to try to check the retention, because at the end of the day, it's all you are going to get value actually. So another feature I used a lot is basically all what is keyword related. Apple Search Ads has been something I've been using a lot, especially on the apps that are not games, so all my apps clients, and actually it's killing it. You just split your campaign per competitor, one generic and one brand name if you have a brand name, and competitor is usually working pretty well. You can filter per your campaign and check your keyword and see the one that actually are performing the best for you. Usually, one or two keywords are the one providing the most value. So checking how much you spend per day, but also the revenue and average revenue per install help you to determine your TTR. So here it's not CPI bidding, it's TTR. So you need actually to check the value and the conversion rate from tap to install. So here I just checked the ad, and I just wanted to show you all what you can group by, which is super convenient, and to be honest, I'm saving a lot of time, and I just love to do it. I check usually by media source, so I can have an overall picture of what is working, what is not working, what is spending the most, and what I need to have a deeper attention on. And here you can see on Meta, for instance, I have all my KPI on revenue ARPU, which are different from the other source of traffic. Always check the difference of revenue development factor, and really estimate the good CPI bid. I think this tool is perfect to do it. I think you don't need to do it every day, but you need to do it depending on the install threshold and also the amount of spend that you had and the share of value that you have. I hope you like this video about the Cohort View and that it's going to be useful for you. So now it's your turn. If you want to have access to the demo and have someone that is explaining it to you and showing you the last feature, actually, you can click on the link just below in the bio, and you can just train yourself with your own data and train it and just make it work. I hope you had a good one. Bye-bye.